one sentence.
I did. Maybe two.
Camp Rising Sun is a unique experience that transforms the lives of teenagers from all around the world. A small number of teenagers because it's a small camp. And I can go on and talk forever about Camp Rising Sun, but that's what it is. I was a counselor. I was never a camper. And I was a counselor for 4 summers, beginning 1950. And that's a long time ago. That's 67 years ago. And I've been connected with Rising Sun ever since. I was a counselor for 4 summers, 1950, 51, 52, and 53. And that was the beginning.
And what about it grasped your attention so much that you stayed involved for all those years?
It's a unique experience. I don't think there's anything else quite like it in the world. And it changes people's lives. It makes a huge difference to just about everybody who goes there.
But what's so special about it? How does it transform those lives? How does all the magic that we hear about, how does it happen?
Well, first, after you've been there and you go home, you have friends all around the world. 60 friends, maybe 70 friends, including counselors. And these are people you may stay in contact with for a very long time. I am still in contact with several people I knew in my first summer, 1950. There is one of them who I've never seen since 1950, but we still talk to each other by email, Facebook. We're still friends, 67 years, and we haven't seen each other in all that time, but we still know each other. But it's not just having friends all around the world. These are special friends. These are people whom one can call upon for advice and support throughout one's life. And that really makes a big difference.
Do campers these days reach out to you for advice and any sort of mentoring and support?
Yes, well, I'm 87 years old now, so I've had a lot of experience. And campers who are still in their teens often ask me for advice. Sometimes I don't know enough about what their problem is to be able to offer advice, and then I don't do it. I offer support, but I offer advice when I feel I have something worthwhile to say.
Why do you think it's important to have Camp Rising Sun happen in the day and age we live in?
Well, it's very important, although only a very few people can experience it. It would be great if there were Camp Rising Suns all around the world, but we don't have the money for that. We don't have the resources for that. And so what we do is on a small scale. It still makes a big difference because we've had alumni who have made a great difference in the world. But it is on a small scale, and it sets an example that I hope other people will imitate by establishing similar camps elsewhere.
What are the criteria for young people to be selected? What do you think a person must have to be selected for Camp Rising Sun?
Well, they have to be the right age. which is about 14, 15 for the first summer, possibly 16 in some cases. They have to be very bright, very intelligent, people who are potentially great leaders. They don't have to have demonstrated great leadership, but they should be people who appear to have the potential for leadership in one form or another.
Why should anyone care about it? You know, if I've never been there and I never heard about it, why do you think it's important? Why do you think it matters? Does it make a difference?
It's important because alumni are making the world a better place in many ways, many different ways.
Could you give us any examples?
Some of them are diplomats, some of them are musicians, some of them are scientists and engineers. They contribute in many different ways. And some of them are involved in charities of one kind or another. And the ways are so numerous that it's almost impossible to enumerate them all.
And do you have any favorite memory related to Camp Rising Sun? Anything when you were like, yes, this is the essence, this is the spirit? Give us any experience that you like recall as particularly amazing.
Yes, I would say that there's so many things I could say in answer to that question, but the things I remember most are when alumni come back for visits maybe 50 or 60 years after they were at camp. A camper from 1930 came back for a visit in 1997. A camper from 1950, which was my first summer there, came back for a visit in 2010. And seeing the expressions on their faces when they go back and see the place they knew is just amazing. We have alumni who keep coming back for visits whenever they can, many years after their camping experience.
What was the most rewarding thing about it for you? Like would you like to share any personal memory of yours, whether that was during your stay at camp as a counselor or years after?
I would say my camp experience, even though I was never a camper, only a counselor, was largely responsible for my career decision. I became a sociologist, and I think that was largely because of my Camp Rising Sun experience.
And what was the pushing force that made you stay in touch with all those people? And it's been so many years since, and you still are so involved. Like, what is it? What is it that brings you back for all those years?
It's very hard to say, but it's a very rewarding experience to have contact with Rising Sun people.
If someone is hesitant to apply, or if someone is hesitant to donate, what would you tell them?
As far as applying is concerned, when you apply, that does not mean you have to accept. The decision is, first they have to accept you, and not everybody gets accepted. Camp Rising Sun is like some of the elite colleges, which only accept a small percentage of those who apply. But if you are accepted, you can find out about it and make sure you want to go there. And most people who are accepted do want to go there very much and are very happy that they went there.
And for people who would like to know more and just consider donating, what would you?
As far as donations are concerned, it is a very worthy cause, and the money is wisely used and very productively used. And the camp can always use more of it.
Will there be a point when you're like, no, I'm done, you know, I've had enough?
No, I will never say I've had enough. I will continue as long as I can, and at my age, one never knows how long that will be. But as long as I can, I will remain involved.